Okay, so on this 6.2 liter, this LT1 that we have on that Camaro, the factory's done a really good job with the exhaust manifolds and the air intake system. They kind of know what they're doing, so they've done a really good job at it. But they still have to meet certain requirements. So the only way you could beat the factory exhaust is to put long tube headers and lose the cats, and that gets you. I'll tell you, this is some shyster of a packaging system here. That would get you, I'll tell you, the packing material. It's a bit weird, right? So you would gain probably 20-30 horsepower by doing long tube headers and maybe losing the cats or just some high flow cats. But a header setup on that car is about $2,000. So the horsepower gains are really not that great until you start adding a lot of power, you know. But just to do it for power basis, you're not really going to get a whole lot out of it. And I'm not going to go with the headers anyway because I'm doing twin turbo is my plan. So twin turbo, you got to do the exhaust manifolds to hold the turbos. So to put long tube headers on the car would be kind of pointless. But anyway, so what we have here, if we can get it out of this guy's, I don't know who this guy was, man, but basically it's a throttle body for the car, and it's just ported. I think what that means is they just smoothed up. What we'll have to do is get the old one off and compare it to this new one. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know. This looks like some kind of Ziploc baggie or something. I don't know. Maybe the guy just buys factory throttle bodies and just ports them. So I think it's ported here, get a little smoother surface to flow better, just a little bit better flow. I think that's all this is. We'll compare it to the old one, the one that's on the car now. We'll compare it to that. So I think that's all it is. Just a little bit. It's just ported. And as far as getting what we were talking about, with the hang on a second. And also on the factory intake is really well designed as well. You've got a little bit of restriction problem in the piping, so we'll show you that later on as well, which is why I only bought the piping and the air filter cartilage. Just give it a little bit more breathability, because what you do is you lose on the factory car, you got a couple of ridges in there, so it's not as smooth flowing, and we'll show you that on the car as well. So I think with this setup we'll probably gain maybe 10 horsepower, so nothing extravagant. So we will get this put on. We may go do that today, and that will give us about 10 horsepower. Probably could have put a spacer in there as well, but we didn't order a spacer, just ordered the throttle body. Because like I said, all this gets changed when we go with the twin turbo kit. Not sure when that will happen now that the son has wrecked his car. But there's the new upgrades for the 2019 Camaro 6.2 liter beast. We're going to give it a little bit more breathability. Gives about 8-10 horsepower on the dyno. Probably won't never notice it in the seat, but we'll see what she does. So we'll get that put on and get in time for some weekend touring. So we'll see you underneath the hood. Okay, so today we're out here working on the 2019 Camaro, putting the air rate intake on it. Sorry, my cord keeps having Keeps malfunctioning here. Microphone just died right there. These GoPros are horrendous for audio trouble. Trying to figure out where that beeping's coming from, but we don't want any background noise to do all this again. So what we're doing, we're complaining about the resonator tube right here that goes into the factory intake, feeds into the firewall, just so the driver can hear the engine's noise. Crazy. Like you couldn't hear this 6.2 liter monster running underneath the hood. But it's a pretty extravagant piece of equipment there. Now we're going to show you the factory tube right here. This rubber one is the factory one with all the rough ridges in it and a rubber texture, so it restricts the airflow, to where this hard plastic one that came with the air raid is a smoother polished bore, and just that one little ridge in the rubber connector is all you get for restricted airflow. So it should help airflow move a lot freer. Now we're going back to complain about this resonator tube. Crazy. It's I don't know what that thing cost Chevrolet to produce and put on there, but could have saved her money. It does give the driver a little bit more enhanced pleasure, I guess, from hearing that throaty beast inside the car, but I'd rather be quieter inside the car myself. Back when I was a kid, we used to take the 4-barrel breathers and turn them upside down, and then you could really hear the air sucking into that 4-barrel. But didn't need it to come through. Okay, so this is the old throttle body. No, wait. This is the old throttle body. This is the new one. I can't tell any difference in them at all. So I'm assuming that, yeah, I guess that might be a little shinier. Yeah, they look the same to me. So I don't know what the difference is, you know. They look identical. Hold on. Now, it is my opinion, the factory is better. This is coarse, well, this is smooth, polished. Now, I don't understand what ported means, but see, it's got the bar here, and that does not have the bar. So I don't know. I think the factory one is better. I can tell no difference in these throttle bodies. But I bought it, $300. I guess I'll stick it on there and see what happens. Maybe there's something here I don't know. I was expecting a smoother surface here, and that's a rough surface. Well, this is smooth, you know, unbelievable. Okay, so there it is, finished product. Got the filter in there, which just looked like just the paper one on it. It's red and oiled. Got the tube on it, so it's smoother. I'm not a fan of the throttle body. I think the throttle body is worse than the factory. So now we gotta start the car. I'll put this on there just so the Chevrolet guys, when they change the oil, they don't throw that filter away because it's reusable. Just gotta re-oil it. So there's that. So now we gotta go in here and turn the ignition on, press the pedal down 3 times, and then start the car, and then drive the car. So let's clean up our mess, put our tools away, and then we'll continue on that process and see how she does. One thing I wanted to show you was that monstrosity I took out of there. All this was for this whole system right here. That's what went into the firewall. This came out of the breather tube, and this went into the firewall, just so the driver could hear a little motor noise. I mean, give me a break, people. I don't know whose stupid idea that was. Not a fan. Not a fan. Come on. If I can't hear that beast running, we got a problem. Okay, so instruction says turn the ignition on. So I think we'll do this by not pushing the brake. So the ignition's on. Now the instruction said push the gas pedal to the floor 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now, ignition off. Okay. Then it says to start the car and then drive the car. So let's start the car. Man, you gotta love that sound. Let's see if she's gonna idle. Everything's good. We'll let the old girl warm up for a minute, and then we'll take her for a spin there. Come on. So the first couple of blips was a little rougher. So now it's figuring it out. It's getting a little smoother. So I think we'll, I think she's gonna run. Let's go drive it. Well, I don't see any problems with it. But I can tell you that it's a lot quieter without that tube in there. Amazing. Oh, that's nice. Because with that tube in there, it was a lot more noisier in the cab. I don't want to hear that noise in the cab there come in. So, oh, if you got a date night, you put this thing in touring mode, and it won't be so annoying to your beautiful blonde sitting next to you there. Yep, still runs good. I just wasn't even half throttle. So yeah, we didn't miss anything. I don't know if it's got more power or not. I don't think you'll ever notice it, but I did notice that there was less noise from, because that tube was gone, so that's fantastic. So if you got a stock car, you don't put the air rate on it, and I'd remove that stupid tube. Get rid of the noise on the cabin, you know what I mean? I don't know whose ideal that was, but they do it to all of them, the Mustangs, the Corvettes, the Camaro. I mean, I don't understand why. Even Dodge does it. So whoever sold them that resonator ideal, it's a bunch of crap there, come on. Okay, we're out. Hope you guys enjoyed the first mod on the 2019 Camaro. No dyno sheets to prove anything, because the minimal gains would be minimal, you know. But we did something, so there you go. All right, we're out. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day. Okay, there you go. My first impressions going around the block. Not worth the money. No, sir. I didn't tell. I couldn't tell that much, because I don't think 10 horsepower is noticeable. But was it worth $500? I think that tube was about, well, it might be 600. That tube was 2 something. The throttle body was $299. Nah, wasn't worth it. Save your money. That's my take on that. Alright guys, you guys couldn't frame there, Joe? Yep. My cameraman's first day on the job here. Alright guys, welcome to the channel here. This is my son Miles. That's kind of goofy.
We are.
Okay, hold on.